Your personality is not fixed. It's sculpted stroke by the choices you make every single day. The person you greet in the mirror tomorrow will be the sum total of today's habits. If you desire respect, influence, and unshakable confidence, you cannot leave it to chance. You must build it deliberately. The truth? Great personalities are not born. They are constructed through daily rituals that shape the mind, strengthen the character, and magnetize the spirit. Let's begin building yours. Starting today, every single morning is a blank page in the book of your life, and you are the author holding the pen. But here's the truth most people overlook. Before you've even taken your first sip of water, before you've stepped out of bed, you've already begun programming the outcome of your day. KB, the thoughts you entertain, the emotions you allow to take root, the mental picture you paint before the sun rises. These are the invisible hands that will shape your words, your decisions, and even the way people respond to you. That is why your first act upon waking must never be left to chance. You must claim those first moments and use them to deliberately write the script for the day ahead. When you wake up, you are at your most impressionable. Your mind is fresh, unguarded, and open to suggestion. This is not the time to drown yourself in the noise of the world, the phone, the news, the endless scroll of someone else's life. This is the time to direct your mind where you want it to go. Close your eyes for a few minutes and visualize yourself walking through the day, a person you aspire to be. See yourself speaking with confidence, carrying yourself with poise, handling challenges with calm authority. Imagine the exact results you wish to create and feel the pride and gratitude as if they are already yours. Words are powerful, but the words you speak to yourself are the most powerful of all. Begin each day with affirmations that align with the personality you are building. Tell yourself, I am confident, I am composed, I am focused. I inspire respect and trust wherever I go. These statements may seem simple, but repeated with conviction each morning, they rewire the mind, just as water shapes rock over time. The world will mirror back to you the identity you insist upon owning. Equally important is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your energy instantly, transforming you from scarcity to abundance, from tension to ease. Spend a few moments each morning calling to mind the people, opportunities, and even challenges that enrich your life. Gratitude does not just make you feel better. It makes you look better, sound better, and carry yourself with an energy that others cannot resist. It strips away pettiness and replaces it with a quiet strength that speaks louder than arrogance ever could. Once you've filled your mind with empowering visions, affirmations, and gratitude, you must act quickly to anchor them. Do something physical that reinforces your mental state. It could be standing tall, taking a brisk walk, or engaging in a short exercise routine. Movement cements mood. When your body reflects the energy of your mind, the programming takes deeper root. This is not just preparation, it's transformation in motion. Understand this. The day will try to program you if you do not program it first. People will pour their fears into you. Circumstances will press their urgency on you. Random events will try to push you into reaction mode instead of creation mode. But if you have claimed your morning, if you have set your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions before the noise begins, you will move through the day like a ship with a strong rudder, steady, purposeful, immune to every passing wave. Some will tell you they do not have time for such rituals, but the truth is you don't have time to live without them. Every minute you invest in programming your mind intentionally will save you hours of wasted motion and emotional turbulence. 10 minutes of focus in the morning can multiply the value of every other hour in your day. Personality is not formed in great leaps. It is shaped in small, consistent choices. If you want to walk into every room with quiet confidence, if you want people to feel drawn to your presence without you saying a word, it begins in the unseen moments of the morning. Guard them, shape them, own them, because the person you are becoming tomorrow is being built in the first 10 minutes after you open your eyes today. Most people believe that the secret to influence lies in speaking well, in delivering clever lines or powerful arguments that win people over. But the truth is far more subtle. The most magnetic personalities are not those who dominate the conversation, but those who master the art of listening. Listening, real listening, is not simply keeping quiet, while you wait for your turn to speak. It is an active choice to give another person your full attention, to hear not only the words they are saying, but also the emotions, the intentions, and the meaning behind those words. When you listen deeply, you communicate something rare, respect. You tell the other person without saying a word, you matter. Your thoughts are valuable. Your presence is worth my undivided attention. This is a powerful gift in a world where most people feel unheard, unseen, and rushed. And here's the paradox. The more you listen, the more people will want to listen to you. Why? Because you make them feel understood. And nothing is more attractive in human interaction than the feeling of being truly understood. To cultivate this habit, you must first discipline your mind to stay present. Most people's idea of listening is simply waiting for their chance to respond, mentally rehearsing their reply while the other person is still talking. That is not listening. That is waiting for your turn. You must train yourself to set aside the need to jump in, to slow your mind enough to catch the tone, the pauses, the choice of words, and the subtle cues that reveal the deeper truth of what someone is expressing. Listening also requires humility. You must be willing to admit that you do not know everything and that every person you meet has a perspective you can learn from. Too often, pride blinds us to wisdom because it comes packaged in a voice we underestimate. The great listener sees each conversation as a chance to uncover gold, no matter who is speaking. This habit will not only improve your relationships, it will sharpen your intelligence. When you listen intently, you absorb knowledge and insight that others miss. You begin to notice patterns, motivations, and truths that remain invisible to those who are too busy talking. Your understanding of people deepens, and with it, your ability to influence them grows. There is another benefit most overlooked. Listening transforms the way others perceive you. When people walk away from a conversation where they have been heard and understood, they feel a warmth toward you that no amount of self-promotion could ever create. They remember the way you made them feel, and that memory becomes the foundation of trust, respect, and loyalty. To build this into your personality, you can practice a simple discipline. In every conversation, aim to speak less than you listen. Ask thoughtful questions that invite the other person to share more, and then allow silence to do its work. People often reveal their deepest thoughts in the space after they have spoken if you give them the room. Resist the urge to fill every pause with your own voice. Understand this, a good speaker can impress a crowd, but a great listener can win an ally for life. Words may inspire in the moment, but the act of listening leaves an imprint on the heart. When you choose to listen more than you speak, you begin to attract not just attention, but genuine connection. And in the end, it is connection, not noise, that defines the strength of your personality. Your personality will only grow to the level that your mind and character are fed. The moment you stop learning, you stop evolving. And when you stop evolving, your influence begins to fade. So, too many people think that self-improvement is something you work on for a short while. Maybe you read a few books, attend a seminar, or learn a new skill. And then once you feel good enough, you coast. But personality, like a garden, must be tended every single day. Neglected and weeds will take root. Nurture it, and it will flourish beyond what you thought possible. Daily self-improvement is not about chasing perfection. It is about refusing to remain the same person you were yesterday. Even the smallest investment in your growth, if made consistently, compounds into remarkable transformation over time. 15 minutes of deliberate learning every day might seem insignificant, but over a year, that is more than 90 hours of sharpening your mind, expanding your understanding, and refining your character. That kind of effort does not go unnoticed. It shows in your conversations, in your decision-making, in your very presence. It does not always have to be a book or a formal lesson. Sometimes self-improvement means exposing yourself to new ideas, challenging your assumptions, or surrounding yourself with people who lift your thinking to a higher level. It could mean listening to a podcast that stretches your perspective, practicing a skill that sharpens your discipline, or reflecting on your own actions to find ways to improve them. What matters is not the format, but the intention, to leave each day having learned something that moves you forward. Growth also requires the courage to confront your weaknesses. Too often, people avoid the areas where they lack skill or confidence, choosing instead to focus only on their strengths. While developing your strengths is essential, ignoring your weaknesses creates blind spots that can limit your personality's reach. The strongest, most admired individuals are not those without flaws, but those who are willing to acknowledge them and work to improve them. August, this willingness to grow, even in areas that challenge you, sends a powerful message to others that you are committed to becoming the best version of yourself, not just the most comfortable version. There is a quiet power in being a lifelong student. It keeps you humble because you know there is always more to learn. It keeps you adaptable because you are constantly updating your understanding to meet the world as it is, not as it was. And it keeps you magnetic because people are drawn to those who are curious, open-minded, and constantly evolving. The truth is, the world changes every day, and if you are not growing, you are falling behind. The habits, knowledge, and mindset that served you yesterday might not be enough for tomorrow. Daily self-improvement ensures that when opportunities arise, and they will, you are ready for them. You will not have to scramble to catch up because you have been preparing all along. Do not underestimate the impact this has on your personality. People can sense when you are a person of depth. They can feel the confidence that comes from competence, that comes from understanding, and the inspiration that comes from someone who is never satisfied with standing still. Your personality becomes layered, rich, and compelling, not because you are trying to impress anyone, but because your growth naturally expresses itself in the way you think, speak, and act. So make self-improvement a non-negotiable part of your day. Protect that time like you would protect your most valuable appointment. Over time, the person you are becoming will no longer be recognizable compared to the person you once were. And that transformation will not only change how the world sees you, it will change how you see yourself. Respect and kindness are not occasional gestures to be displayed when convenient. They are habits woven into the very fabric of your daily conduct. They are the invisible threads that bind people to you, the qualities that make your presence a source of comfort rather than tension. The most admired personalities do not just command attention through their achievements or eloquence. They inspire loyalty because they consistently treat others with dignity. No matter who they are or what role they play, every person you meet carries battles you cannot see. And even the smallest act of kindness can shift the course of their day. A sincere thank you, a genuine compliment, holding the door open without looking for acknowledgement. These may seem insignificant, yet they carry weight far beyond the moment. People remember how you make them feel long after they have forgotten your exact words. And when they think of you, that memory becomes the foundation upon which trust and admiration are built. But kindness is not weakness. True kindness is a sign of inner strength, the strength to rise above irritation, impatience, or ego and choose respect instead. Anyone can be pleasant when life flows smoothly. The test of character is whether you can remain respectful when under pressure, when confronted with criticism, or when dealing with someone who has nothing to offer you in return. It is in those moments that your personality is truly revealed. Consistency is what transforms a good deed into a defining trait. A single kind act can warm someone's heart, but a pattern of kindness builds a reputation. Over time, people come to know you as someone who can be trusted, someone whose respect is not conditional on status or circumstance. This is powerful because respect is magnetic. It draws people closer, and once they are in your orbit, they are far more willing to support you, collaborate with you, and speak well of you when you are not in the room. Practicing respect also sharpens your influence. When you show genuine regard for others' time, ideas, and feelings, you position yourself as someone who operates from a place of fairness and integrity. People will seek your company, not just because of what you know or can do, but because they feel safe and valued around you. That emotional safety is rare, and those who provide it naturally stand out in every environment. From the workplace to the dinner table, this habit does not require grand gestures or dramatic sacrifices. It is built in the quiet decisions you make every day. It is in choosing to listen fully when someone speaks instead of glancing at your phone. It is in remembering a name or following up on something someone mentioned weeks ago. It is in showing patience to the person who moves slowly or offering encouragement to the one who doubts themselves. These moments may pass unnoticed in the moment, but their impact lingers in ways you may never fully realize. And here's the truth. Respect and kindness have a compounding effect. They not only influence how others see you, they influence how you see yourself. The more you practice them, the more they become a natural extension of who you are, until they require no conscious effort. You begin to carry yourself differently, with a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you contribute to the well-being of others, not just your own advancements. When you move through life with consistent respect and kindness, you create a lasting impression. Your words carry more weight because they are backed by a character people trust. Your presence commands attention not because you demand it, but because you have earned it. And in the end, that is the kind of personality no one can ignore. Every day, you are casting votes for the person you are becoming. The habits you choose, starting your morning with intention, listening deeply, feeding your mind with growth, and practicing respect and kindness are not random actions. They are bricks in the foundation of your character. Over time, these daily choices shape how the world sees you, but more importantly, how you see yourself. Personality is not something you inherit. It is something you build, and the building never stops. Begin today, commit to the process, and soon you will not just be living your life. You will be living as the best version of yourself. Ask ChatGPT.